Hey BlackPrint, how you doing? I'm Javier Wallace, the owner and guide of Black Austin Tours, where we center the history, experience, and contributions of Black people in the city of Austin and the surrounding area. Today we have something very special for you. We're going to dive into the historical and contemporary significance of Juneteenth, or June 19th, 1865, when enslaved people were liberated in the state of Texas. We're here in Austin, in the live music capital of the world, and whenever you're here, you have to check out the historic Victory Grill. Why? Because this is the place where African Americans were able to recreate and be ourselves whenever we wanted to, when we weren't able to go to establishments throughout the city of Austin. At least here, in spaces like this, and along this entire corridor, there were places for Black people to come out and be who we wanted to be. All right, we're rolling, y'all. Let's go check out the Juneteenth Memorial at the George Washington Carver Library and Museum. I once heard Dr. John Biggers, one of the most renowned African-American artists, say that the African-American artist has been excluded from the halls and galleries of the United States. Dr. John Biggers was the teacher of John Fisher, and we're standing right here at the Voyage to Soulsville Mural at the George Washington Carver Library in Austin, Texas, which was painted by John Fisher in 1986. This mural is amazing because it tells our story, the story of Black people in this country. You can see the pre-Columbian presence of African people in the Americas at this mural. You can see the Buffalo Soldiers, the cowboy and cowgirl culture of Central Texas. And this mural represents us as Black people in this city because it tells us where we have been, where we are, and where we're going from here. Now we're off to Rosewood Park, the center of Juneteenth celebrations in Austin. In 1857, the United States Supreme Court in the Dred Scott decision stated that Black people enslaved would never be citizens of the United States and would always be property and not people. It was at the top of our agenda after our emancipation that we would no longer be property, but be able to own property. And on this property, we would be able to hold our own celebrations like the Juneteenth celebration. Black people, spearheaded by Thomas White and his wife Mattie White, pooled their resources together in another community to buy a piece of land because they said that Juneteenth, the day of emancipation of Black people in this country, should be celebrated on Black-owned land. So they went out and they purchased a tract of land at the corner of Rosewood and Chicon, and that became Emancipation Park. Now we're off to Clarksville to check out the Hezekiah Haskell House. We're at the Haskell House here in Clarksville, and it was once occupied by Hezekiah Haskell, who was a former Buffalo soldier. For this is one of the places, once he finished his service, he lived when he moved into Austin, Texas. Charles Clark, when he came to Austin as a newly liberated African person, he bought land on the place where I'm standing right now. And this land now bears his name, Clarksville. He wanted this to be a place where we could practice our religion and be who we wanted to be, free of violence. It became a community starting in 1871 where Black people could reunite in this space. But as things change in the way that they're changing now in this city and around the nation, and communities that once were a certain way no longer exist, so is Clarksville. But the only thing, one of the only things that we still have in this area are the memories, are the history of the place that we had as a community before it was taken from us. I think that's the beauty of Juneteenth. So Juneteenth is a day for us to celebrate from where we came, but it's also a day for us to remember where we have to go and all the people that have paid the price for us to be where we are to this day. And I think Clarksville does a great job of embodying where we have gone, where we are, and the struggles that we have to continue to fight moving forward.